Hello, America and the world. Welcome to another episode of Life After Lockup. This is a program that is designed to show the community, the public, another side of the criminal justice system. Most of the time we are looking at the system through eyes of negativity. I've even spoken to people that says that you should lock them up and throw away the key and never let them out again. Well, we try to show the public that once we do get out, there are possibilities of us changing, and not only changing our own lives, but making a positive impact on the lives of those that are around us. This program is designed for that, and we are excited to come to you with another guest. We want to welcome Brother Edward Loving. God bless you, man.
Bless you too.
God bless you. Good to have you today. And I'm excited about having you here because you are an extraordinary kind of person, and I've been blessed just by hearing some of the things that you do. And we're going to let you do some of those poets with us here in a little while. But I want the public to kind of know who you are and what you've done. And I know before we started, you were talking about you've been dealing with the prison system since you was 9 years old.
Yeah, first time I got locked up, I was 9 years old. You know, I grew up in the state of Detroit, Michigan. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's really where my life of crime started.
Okay.
But in the process of doing that, I was really hurting the people that was around me, really more than I was hurting myself.
Okay.
Because in the process of doing all those wrong things, you know, it was really affecting my mother.
Right.
And then at the same time, not to cut you off, but at the same time, you know, I was locked up when my mother passed away.
Oh.
You know, and I was 13 years old when that happened.
My goodness.
You know, and she had been dead and gone away from me for 3 days before they even let me know. You know, and at the same time, you know, the day I found out was the day I went to court to get final sentence, and it was the same day they told me that they was gonna make me a ward of the state. And to anybody that know, that's really rough.
It's really at 13 years old.
At 13.
My goodness. So what kind of crime can you do at 9? I mean,
well, I mean, in Detroit, any kind of crime.
Any kind of crime.
Any crime. And, you know, because that's the state of
just whatever can
you
go
know,
wrong.
Armed robbery, auto theft, carrying a concealed deadly weapon, criminal trespassing. You know, I started all that when I was 9 years old, and that carried over into my life when I moved to Paducah. Okay. And I was studying that, you know, that fast-paced life. And I got to Paducah, it seemed like everything was just in slow motion, but I was still wanting to go fast, my speed, you know. And at the same time, it just kept crumbling.
Okay, so since 9 years old to the last time you were incarcerated, about how many years would you say you spent in prison or jail or whatever?
I know roughly about 13 years.
13,
yeah.
In all.
Yeah, in all about 13.
And how old are you? You can't be that old.
I'm 35.
35, young man.
Yes,
Spent a lot of almost close to half of your life in some form of prison. Okay, and now you've been out now for how long?
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got out in 2002.
2002, and you've been out for 7 years. Is this the longest that you've stayed out of trouble?
Oh yeah. This is the longest I ever been out. So, I used to wouldn't get you know 6 months to a year. I was back.
Back in.
Yeah, I was back.
So what made you change your mind about it? Did you just get fed up, get tired of going in and out? What happened?
Well, the parole. The last time I went to parole board, they told me if I came back in front of them that they was gonna serve me out. You know, and I was in there on a 12-year sentence.
Whoa.
And at the time, you know, the time done changed now, but if I would have went back and had to see the parole board again, you know, I'd have been doing like 7 straight years.
Oh my goodness.
So instead of that, I wanted to abide by the rules that they had set for me. You know, but at the same time, I was still trapped in the world.
Okay.
Still trying to sneak and deal drugs on the side and this, that, and the other, you know. Still smoking weed and drinking on the side, you know.
Okay.
And then, you know, it's like my life just kept falling apart, left and right, falling apart, bringing my whole family down with me. You know what I'm saying? And instead of doing the right thing, I kept wanting to do the wrong. Because, see, I was still wanting to hold on to the street life.
Right.
You know, because I've been a hood cat all my life, and that was the only thing I knew was the hood.
Right.
You know, so I felt like, you know, the hood didn't have nobody but me. So I had to stay with them.
Stay with them.
You know, that's how it is, though, sometimes, you know.
It's your family.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I had my immediate family,
right,
But the hood is where I had all my fun. But my immediate family is where I had to be real with myself.
Right.
Where I had to be positive and raise the kids and be a faithful husband. But see, in the hood, I could go back to the old me.
Right.
You know, dealing drugs, drinking, using drugs, cheating on my wife, neglecting my kids, and the whole 9 yards. You know, but like I said, I ain't one of them that's gonna sugarcoat it.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
but it's through Jesus' grace that I don't even look back on that.
And that's where I kind of want to intervene in here, because somewhere from getting out, and you've been out for 7 years, somewhere between that time and here, you not only made a change of not going back to prison, but you made a life altering change.
Yeah.
And what happened in that? I mean, did you all of a sudden just say, okay, I'm tired of the hood, or what happened? What was the cause of your transformation?
Well, see, I just really got my life right with God. Maybe, I don't know, about June of last year.
Okay.
You know, but I was still making the wrong decisions in life, but I was trying to stop.
Right. Okay.
And in the process of that, I had came to agreement with God, because, you know, you got to sit up and talk to him just like me and you talk.
Right.
You know,
Right.
that's my partner.
Right.
So if I can't keep it real with my partner, you know, I'm lying to myself.
Right.
So like I just told him, you know, I want something better in life.
Something better.
I shouldn't always be the black sheep.
Right.
I shouldn't always be the weakest link in my family. So therefore, you know, Lord, I'm gonna leave it in your hands, and I'm gonna just, you know, walk out on faith and let you guide my life. And right then, everything bottomed out from under me.
Oh man.
It bottomed out from
Bottomed
under.
out.
Me and my whole family went down. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we went from being homeless, you know, just June of last year, and had been homeless for years. I ain't even gonna lie to you. We've been homeless from years, pillar to post. In state, out of state, no matter where. But we were still homeless, no matter what. Staying with family don't mean nothing. You still homeless.
Still homeless.
You don't have your home.
Right.
You know, but when I gave my life to God and was real about it, everything got stripped away from me. I had to end up staying in the basement of my church, me and my whole family. But it was through my church that got my life right.
All right. All right.
You know, my pastor, he's my mentor.
Right.
You know,
Right.
he's the father I never had. You know, and I'm thankful for my pastor.
Man, that is good.
You know,
That is good.
I talk to him when I'm having a bad day. I talk to him when I'm having a good day. I talk to him. If I'm wrong, he tell me. I
Right, that's
listen.
good. That's
you know,
good.
because I would rather be a free man and listen to what a man of God got to tell me than have to go to the penitentiaries and listen to what somebody that don't even care about me.
Right. I have to tell you.
And I have to listen to them. But you know, that's one thing about going to jail. See, you'll be willing to risk your freedom and go to jail to listen to what they got to tell you, but you won't listen to what somebody in the free world is trying to tell you that's for your best interest.
Right. Exactly. You said something very important. He's a father that you never had. What did you know your father? at all?
Yeah, my father been in my life since day one.
Okay.
But being in my life and teaching me right from wrong.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? That's the big difference.
Right. I understand.
You know, he was a hood cat too.
I see what you're saying.
You know,
I see
only
what
thing
you're
he
saying.
knew was the hood.
Okay.
You know, me and my father fell out when my mother passed away.
Right.
But me and my father got our relationship back together
That's
before
good.
he passed away.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because see, I was on the run when he passed away. Had been on the run for 20 months.
Man.
And the only reason why I turned myself in then, because the state troopers called the funeral home and told him, you know, we know his father done passed away, so either he can turn himself in or we gonna come to the funeral home and pick him up. You know, at the time it was my fiance, but me and my wife went to the sheriff's department where my father's from, and I turned myself in. You know, and then I went back, but that wasn't, you know, the end of my journey. That wasn't the end of my journey.
Right.
You know, my journey was still going. My whole life been rough, but that was just part of the stepping stones I had to go through to get me where I'm at now.
Right.
You know, everybody got storms.
You're right about it.
It's just how your storm gonna come. Mine's and yours is gonna be two different storms.
But it's
You
still
know,
a storm.
It's still a storm. It don't matter where or when it started in your life, it's gonna come just to see which route you're gonna take. Because, you know, my thing is, you know, we all need God in our life.
Right.
Without him, we can't do nothing. We wouldn't even be having this conversation.
You're absolutely right. And people are watching this. And we said this even before the show started. There are people that are going to be that are in jail are watching this, and people that know you are watching this. And some people are still going to, he just talking.
Right.
He's really not, because I know him.
Right.
I know him, and I don't know if he's as real as he's saying he is. And how do you deal with that, with those that probably are still kind of trying to keep you where you were? How do you deal with that?
Well, I really don't deal with it,
Good.
because they talked about Jesus Christ and
Good.
they doubted
I like
him.
that.
So I know they're going to talk about me and they're going to doubt me. But it's my actions.
Right.
It's as long as I keep pushing forward, that they going to come to where they're going to say,
It was
he
real.
told the truth.
Right.
He
Right.
told the truth.
Right. And I've been out of prison for 22 years now, and I talk about things of the past and everything, and there are some people that once I tell them about my past, they have a little bit apprehensive about being my friend, or sometimes they're a little bit apprehensive about even being around me once they know. And I think it's something that we all have to deal with, people kind of shunning themselves, because after this program, those that didn't know, they will know.
Right.
And those that might have suspected, they will know for sure now.
Right.
And how do you feel about having your business all out there in the world?
It don't bother me.
Don't bother you?
No, it don't bother me at all.
Good.
Because I know I'm a strong man in Christ.
Good. And that's the key thing.
And I fear nothing. So,
That's the key thing, knowing who you are now.
Right. Right.
Versus where you've come from. You said something earlier. A lot of times, people need to understand that we all go through storms.
Right.
Our storms are different,
Right.
but they still storms. And the storms is really what makes us who we are. You would not be who you are now had it not been for those storms.
Right.
Even the loss of your parents helped to do something in you to bring you to where you are now.
Right.
Do you have any top of your head or anything written that we can listen to?
Yeah, I got a little bit of both.
Okay.
But I wrote this the day I did give my life to Christ. Okay, and came to agreement with myself that that's what I'm gonna do, because I done tried everything else in life.
Right.
So why not try the best thing that would be for my life?
Right.
And I sat down, and like I said, I was staying in a hotel, me and my whole family. It's 8 heads and 2 beds, in one room.
Oh, man.
But I still kept pressing. I didn't never quit, didn't never give up. See, I've been a quitter and someone that gave up and walked out my entire life. But, I don't even know how to spell quit no more.
Right. Good.
I don't even know how to spell give up.
Right.
Good. And I wrote this one, and it's one of the most important ones to me.
Okay.
And it starts off like, now I lay me down to sleep. I pray my soul is one of the ones that was chose to be in the line of the gatekeepers keep. But have I been evicted out of the book of life, and is my soul one of the ones that the Lord chose not to keep? But praying for forgiveness before it's my time to take a ride in that one-way Cadillac that's known as a hearse, hoping that when it's my time to meet the creator of my design, I'm not judged because my bloodline carried a burden of one that's been cursed. But I'm just trying to figure out if I'm hell-bound from all the strikes I have against me. I'm speaking on sins from the past, present, and those that are yet to come. I know there will be rough and weary roads and miles of stepping stones that will stand in my way before my time is done. But your guidance is what I need, because the water I've stepped in is murky and thick, and it slowed me down to a crawl. I feel like a lonely sheep who's lost his way, away from the flock, with the wolves closing in and my back's up against the wall. But our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I'm aware of all the wrong I've done. I just got to say that through you and your son is the only way to ease my pain. I may be wrong for what I'm about to say, but it's kind of hard for me to listen to certain men that speak your word. They keep coming at me with too many do's and don'ts. But they need to be saying they have accepted that sack that man has to sell, and they won't try to get them little boys in the sack and turn their lives into hell. See, to me, all of that is getting absurd. See, I can talk like this, and I need y'all to pardon my French. The world's in terrible shape. That's why I'm still rough around the edges, but I know I've been changed. See, I stopped worrying about what people had to say, because I've been homeless, out there struggling, living day to day, surviving off the fat of the land. But I know it done got better because I know I've been changed. You know.
Man, that is good stuff, man. That is good stuff.
Thank you. Yeah,
that is good
yeah.
stuff because I could relate to everything that you were
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
and that is good stuff. And that's your writing. That is
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the heart, and I could tell even just by listening to you that that's from the heart.
Yeah.
And even some of the things that you were saying in there about, you still being judged, or sometimes still being dealt with by the things of your past.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you that, how difficult was it for you? I know you've been homeless and all of that. Did a lot of that have to do with your past?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Being homeless and just being ill treated.
Yeah. Yeah. Making the wrong decisions in my life, like I said, it's been going on since way back. Never wanting to abide by any rules, but you got to realize it, when you don't abide by rules, if it wasn't no rules, it'd be anarchy.
That's right.
It'd be confusion everywhere. Everybody got rules and regulations. It's just how you deal with them.
Right.
Because it's not a perfect world. We all got rules and regulations, like I said, but we got to go by the good book.
Got to go by the, man.
Any decisions that we make.
I am just blown away. I'm still, what you said was just awesome. It's awesome. And you have a repertoire of those. You have many of those. When did you start doing that?
Man, I've been writing forever. Even when I was in school, before I started getting in trouble, I was winning essay contests for writing.
Really?
Just because I'm a street cat don't mean I'm a dumb cat.
I like
That's
that.
what people got to understand.
Right.
We not dumb. We just made bad decisions. And if I made good decisions back then, we wouldn't be having this conversation now.
That's true.
I'm not ashamed of my past. Man, you know how people say, I wish I could take it back, and I wouldn't take nothing back, because if I took it back, I wouldn't have my family now.
That's true. That's true.
And I'm not perfect. I still make mistakes, but at the same time, I keep pressing.
Good.
That's my thing. I keep pressing.
Keep getting better and better and better. And you're saying a lot of powerful things, because the mistakes that we make build us. As bad as it might seem, and sometimes our mistakes hurt other people.
Yeah.
But it does something to generate something in us that makes us better people during the latter part of our lives. And even the people that are in our lives now probably wouldn't be in our lives had it not been for the mistakes that we've made. It's like everything, like the scripture says, all things work together for the good to them that love God, and those who are the called according to his purpose. So if there is a purpose behind your life, which it is, then God works all of that out to where we are right now. Here we are having a conversation, being able to allow people that know you, know, and I like the last part of what you're saying, change.
Yeah.
That is so important. One of the things that I say often, change might be difficult, but it is possible.
Oh, yeah.
Change is possible. And these are the messages that you give to people by the things that you're saying. Even like, you was a street hood, but you wasn't a dummy.
Right.
And a lot of times people look at us, once we go through prison and once we get out, they only see ex-convict. They only see that. That's all they see.
Felon.
Yeah. But they don't, sometimes by giving us an opportunity to come into your world, we not only bring something with us, but we can help make your life better if given a chance.
Right.
Especially once we start changing for the better.
Right.
When we start doing that, we could be some of the best people, to be honest with you, in the world.
Yeah.
Only because of the things that we've gone through has helped to make us better people.
Right.
And sometimes people look at us and they keep us there. They want to keep us there, and that's the reason I ask. How was the struggle with you trying to get out, and when you finally started making a change, getting a job, trying to make a living for your family? Was that I know it was difficult because you were homeless, but when that started changing, was it hard to receive the help?
No,
He said that fast.
I don't know. Like I was saying, when I gave my life to Christ, and I was staying in the basement, you know what I'm saying? Because I go to Restoration. Pastor Dunbar's, that's my pastor, and that's who I was talking about. That's my mentor.
That's good.
The more he taught me, because I was like a sponge, and I'm still am. I'm soaking it all in, and he's teaching me the right way of life.
Good.
I'm a grown man, yeah, but I ain't never too old to learn.
That's what nobody is.
Right. So, and he was teaching me the right from wrong, so I don't make mistakes that a lot of people done made in the process of changing your life.
Right.
Because it's easy to go back.
It is. It is.
But they think it's hard to stay on the right path, which is not. That's what I be tripping off of. It's not. Only thing you got to do is get up, give God the glory, and press on. He gonna take care of the rest.
That's it.
And that's what I do. And like I said, I've been working at my job, and I mean, I ain't been there but about 4 months. And I done got a raise. They done made me a supervisor, and I give all glory to God.
That's God, and those are the things that people need to hear.
Right.
Because most people that get out of prison, that's been in and out of jail like you have over the last, for all those years, starting at 9 years old, to them they'll be like, well, this is my life.
Right.
I
they
guess
get content.
Right. I get, and not only content, but almost feeling like that they can't change, and that nobody's going to be willing to give them a chance.
Right.
And here you are with that record, and now God is opening up opportunities for you, giving you opportunities, like you said, giving you a raise, making you supervisor.
Yeah.
I mean, change is possible.
Yeah.
A whole new life is possible.
Yeah.
We don't always have to stick with the criminal lifestyle, because sometimes that's what people think.
Right.
Nobody's going to ever give me a chance, so I'm going to have to do what I know in order to survive.
Right.
But here you are coming saying that, no, you don't have to do that.
I don't know. See, they knew about my record at my job. They knew about my situation at my job. And the only thing they told me, we're going to give you a shot, just don't let us down. I said, no, you give me a shot, I'm going to help bring this place up. And that's what I've been doing.
And that's the key thing right there. And this is so good, because people get out and they feel like, I can't tell them I've been to prison. If I tell them I've been to prison, then they won't hire me. And sometimes it's true.
It's true. A lot of situations like that is true. Because I got one road, because a lot of things I do, I base it around what I've been going through. And I know I'm not the only one that done went through it.
Right.
Because, people judge us on our background, but the only difference between me and a lot of people that's still out there is I got caught. They did.
Right.
So you mean to tell me I'm more wrong for what I did than you?
Right.
Because you can't say that, far as I'm concerned, we on the same page. The only thing is I got caught.
You got caught and got arrested.
And it was the best thing that happened for me, was to get caught.
And you said you had one wrote that's similar to what you were just
I start that one off like I got it in here.
That's all right.
Yeah, I got it in here. I'm not even gonna worry about it. Because when we out there, we worry about what we gonna do.
Right.
We worry about temptations and, the different paths our lives are going to take. So in order to do that, this is what I do. That's why I write.
Okay.
That way I stay on track, and I start this one off like, it's me, Lord, I got this on my mind, and it's about time I let it out and let the truth be told. Life in general, it's got me to where I'm about ready to quit. I know it's against your laws, but who do I talk to about religion and sinning when the ones I see are doing the same as me? But the only difference, they standing at the pulpit. Am I wrong for these words because it's wrong to judge? You deem me the truth, therefore my words contain no lies. But that figure of speech, come as you are, some have taken it too far. It's not the Holy Ghost that's speaking, it's the ghost inside the machine that's after our offerings and tithes. See, I'm looked at as a heathen by those who walk the walk, and a villain by those who talk the talk, and I have to dodge those we look at as a hater. Look, I'm just being honest with you. You seen these dirty deeds that's been thrust upon me. I'm just keeping it real with the one I call the Alpha and the Omega. You know,
Man, that is good stuff,
you know,
man. That is good stuff.
That's I know, you know, a lot of people listen to rap music. Cats listen to rap music because they can relate to that. But what about those that's trying to make that transition from the hood to the pew?
Exactly.
They need something they can relate to because, it's like a little kid. If you give a little kid a piece of candy every day for a year and then take it away from them, you got to have something to substitute that.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So therefore, when you take us out the hood to a place to get our life right, the devil's still coming at us with crazy thoughts.
Exactly.
So therefore, you got to teach us how to go around them crazy thoughts. My pastor was just talking about it to me today. You got to go around them crazy thoughts and pray about it.
Yeah.
Because it's still hard out there.
And the thing about it is that, you know, like I said, I've been out for 22 years, and I've been faced with some demons that, had it not been for commitment and for the value of my soul, I'd have messed up. Because a lot of times people don't realize the demons that people have to struggle with just through childhood and the things that cause you or forces you to do what you do.
Right.
And then to come to know Christ, everything just don't go away overnight.
Right.
You know, it's not like a change that happens at the pop of the finger, like a light switch.
Right.
You know, there is a process of change, and I think Paul said, "I'm pressing toward the mark for the prize." So it becomes a press, and it becomes a commitment. It becomes a day-to-day journey.
Right.
I tell people all the time, you can only live one day at a time.
Right.
You know, you get up today, and this is what I've done every day for 22 years. I've vowed to do the right thing today. Because that's all I have.
Yeah.
You know, I vowed to do the right. Today, I'm going to do the right thing.
Right.
Today, I can't go back and undo anything in the past.
Right.
But today is what I have control of.
Right.
And once I make that commitment to do what I need to do today, then that's all I got. And at night when I go to bed, whew,
Right.
thank you. I made it through today.
Yeah.
And then when I get up in the morning, I do the same thing. And if people do that, days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years.
Yeah.
You know, and here, man, I am so proud of you and what you've done.
Thank
you. The poems, I don't know, I guess you would call them poems or sayings, but they are fascinating, and they are energized, and they are very, very comforting, and they give people encouragement.
Yeah.
They give people encouragement. And listen, our time is up. Man,
Ain't nothing
this is
wrong with
good
that.
stuff. Time is up, man.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you for being here, and we look forward to hearing more about your poems. And thank you for being here at Life After Lockup. Thank you for joining us. Tell a friend, call somebody, let them know when we're on. God bless you. You have a marvelous day.